And let's go.
This is the Drew Experience, the show that's 80% combat sports and 20% everything else. Today on this Sunday, I'm joined by a Terminator of sorts. And when I say Terminator, the guy has a very interesting background, karate specific, and also has dabbled in mixed martial arts too. Now he's into more personal training with his clothing brand and his business he has, which he'll get into. I'm very honored today to be joined by a former Shotokan and Kyokushin champion, Yannick Raynaud. Welcome, Yannick.
Oh, hi. So thanks a lot for the good introduction. It's a real honor to be with you online and to share about my experiences and all the lifestyle of karate and martial art and everything. So it's an honor to be there.
Well, it's an honor to have you because on my last show, you were mentioned a few times by Justin Mancini and then by the Ronco brothers. And they said that you have to get Yannick on. They said Yannick is a guy that you have to, if you like karate, you have to get Raynaud on to like just pick his brain and hear his story. So I did it. Promise made, promise kept. I know we tried to do it with my old show, but it was just the timing wasn't right. That was called Beyond the Fight. So guys, don't listen to that one. This is the one we have now, the Drew Experience, because we have Yannick on the show. So Yannick, give us some detail about your martial arts life, because you have a very interesting story.
Oh yeah. So first of all, my father was a teacher in Shotokan. He has a dojo in France. So I started Shotokan karate when I was like 5 years old. My father told me when I was born, he picked me like in his arms and told him, saying, "This guy is gonna be like a fighter. He's gonna love martial arts. He's gonna live for martial arts and everything." So I was like, I born with a belt, and a gi. And so I grew up with my father with Shotokan karate. We trained a lot. I remember we stayed in the garage, and he helped me to train with my kata and everything, with fighting. And I was like, I born with martial arts. I grew up with my family, my brothers too. We were all in karate. Not my mother, but she supported us by feeding us, so because it's the best thing. So I learned a lot of things about martial arts. It's, especially with my father, not just about the fight and just fighting. It was more about all the philosophy behind the martial art, behind Shotokan. My father is like he's like a samurai, a modern samurai. He think like Bushido, with the values of Bushido, with respect, honor, bravery, and everything. And it teaches us how to, bring these values to our modern life and the way we live. And that was, it was intense. Like, it was tough with us, but that was for a good thing. I mean, he helped us to grow up with the best values we can have in martial art, but also on the side. I mean, in life, So how to be a good person, how to help others, and everything. So I grew up with martial arts as a lifestyle. I train like hours and hours and hours every day. It was my life. I remember when I was in school, people, especially at university, people went to a party, and I was training at night, doing like judo, karate, taekwondo. I did like grappling, jiu-jitsu to learn, because he thinks, our father thinks that martial arts is not about one style. If you want to be complete, you have to show different things. And when I was 18 years old, he asked me to go to different places. So I went to different gyms, I went to different dojo, I went to different style of martial arts, not just karate. And I tried to learn different things. Not to get belts, you know, that was not about, karate for me is not about belts. It's all about what you can bring to yourself. You know, you can be like eighth dance, but have nothing here or here. Okay, so it's
Very
all
true.
about, you know. So when I was 18, I moved to different places. I went to Shitoryu class, Wadoryu. I learned another school of Shotokan, and that was like, you know, it was for me, that was a kind of transition to show the world, to see the world, pardon, to see the world and to see different things. So that was the beginning for me like to grow up in martial arts, and I got my black belt at this time. So you know, when you in martial arts, when you tell that when you're black belt, it's just the beginning. That's definitely true. You know, the black belt is just you start to learn, you know, the true things.
Very
So
true.
I moved to different places. Uh, After my university in Saint-Etienne in France, I went to England, where I started to train in MMA. I was training in MMA, but also in karate. I did Staffordshire competition in karate. I was the only French guy, and I remember I won the fight category. I lost in kata, but I fought in. But you know, it's very like. It's a sport, karate, so you have to touch. It's not about like Kyokushin, just you know, two guys who just fight and kill themselves. You know, so that's very interesting. Like as I said before, it's like Mashida, the style of Mashida. So I went there. I did lots of karate. I was in a club, a very good club with very good people. The guy's name Steve Johnson. He was a very, very nice karate teacher. I also met Dan Stoddard in England. He was MMA fighter in London, and he helped me to improve myself in MMA and to learn like a different style and different things. I was supposed to fight. I was supposed to fight for semi-professional in MMA, but a few weeks just before the fight, I broke my kneecap,
Oh
so
no.
I had to cancel this fight. So it's fine. It's life, you know. And but to be honest, my father was not so happy when I decided to go in MMA because to him, you know, in England, MMA it's a special thing. I mean, you fight in nightclub. It's not like a real representation of martial arts, you know.
Oh, for sure. It's like it was outlawed in France for so long until just recently where they finally sanctioned it and said, okay, you know what, it's bring it. So it's like one of
Yeah,
the last European countries to finally say like, yeah, we're gonna bring it in.
yeah, exactly. So you know, it's that was a good year in England to learn about everything and to have good fights and everything. But it was a time. And after England, I went back to Bordeaux to study in sports and science, sports science and everything, management of sports. And that was a nice year. I went to different places too. I train. I still train in MMA with a club named Impact at Bordeaux, a very nice gym with very good fighters. Guy's name I remember Jason Pone. Check him. He's a very good MMA fighter and a very good guy. You know, I remember Cedric Sellerier too. Is a very good guy too. I went to different places for karate too, different style too. When also I was in sports studies. So in my sport studies, I had to choose different sports. So I choose judo for a year or school, and after Bordeaux, I moved to Canada, and that's where
Yeah.
a lot of things started.
Yeah. So let's go back to France. So it's very interesting because we were talking off the record about this when we first started getting to know each other. And a lot of the style of striking in France is Taekwondo or Shotokan karate based, or maybe some form of Ryu, as you said.
Yeah,
Why is it that that style is more popular than, say, Kyokushin? We do have a Kyokushin practitioner named
yeah,
Gemma, but
yeah.
it's like
It's
he's the only
amazing
one.
fighter.
He's the only one. But can you tell me why you think that is? Why Kyokushin is not so well embraced in France?
It's a good question. In France, there's a lot of restriction about fighting. About MMA in France. It's not like it's forbidden. I think it's still forbidden in France. You cannot fight in MMA in France. And there's a huge federation since a lot of years in France named the FF Kama. I think it's still FF Kama. It's very popular. The goals to the FF Kama was to bring to bring the karate to the Olympic Games. So a lot of people just I don't really know why Shotokan karate is so popular in France, but I know that there's amazing fighters in Shotokan. There's amazing people in kata, and I think this influence of amazing people brings people to just follow these ambassadors, if I can say, of Shotokan, and like just go to Shotokan class. And I don't know if we have I know this Gemma was an amazing fighter in Kyokushin, but I think he's the only one in France who is a very, very good fighter. I mean, was very popular in Kyokushin. But there's more famous people in Shotokan than in Kyokushin. So people just follow the stars of a style.
Yeah, they're gonna go to Shotokan or Taekwondo because the France style of fighting is very built. It's built on speed. It's built on speed
Yeah,
and
yeah,
precision. If you
yeah,
watch, like you say, Machida, it's like watching Machida. It's kind of like, do you know the sport fencing with like the sword, like the rapier, like
yeah,
the le rapier? It's like
yeah,
that. Like I really find when I look at a French martial artist from France, they have that touch and go style, but it's like
yeah,
so hard to keep up with them.
yeah. I know. It's but that's the thing. I like. I did a lot of competition in Shotokan. Like I went to. I did. The French competition, the French tournament. I went to the European tournament, the Staffordshire tournament, and everything. And it's a hard style to catch because it's like you said, it's all about speed. So you move, you have two people moving, they move, and they have to catch the right time to throw a punch or a kick or the right combination. But once it's done and the guys like touch the head or touch the body or whatever, it's a point. So you stop and you restart. It's like I don't know the name in English, but escrime, with
Tag.
the
It's like the
sword,
game of
or you
tag.
exactly you touch.
Yeah.
It's touching. Also, you don't kick you don't. There's no low kick.
It's above the
Okay,
waist.
exactly. There's no low kick, so it's a style about touching, but it's not what Shotokan is at the basic. I mean, if you look at the people, the old style, like old fight of Shotokan, they they throw a punch, so it's about touching too, but they really touch. And when you check for example, the Federation JICA, when you check the old fight in Japan, it's like it's hard fighters. Now you don't touch. I remember once I was like 19 years old. I went to Lyon for a university tournament, and I was kind of like a rough fighter. I mean, like my father taught me how to fight, not touch. And I went there, and I was like breaking people, but I lost my fight because I broke people. I remember I didn't know, like I knew about Kyokushin, but I was not in Kyokushin, and I tried to do a roll kick, and I got like the judge. She like sorry she insulted me because that was too dangerous for the guys in front of me. So you know the Shotokan, there's rules in Kyokushin and everything. It's true, but in Shotokan, it's too much now. It's you lose the real. It's more about a sport now. It's not about how you defend yourself, how you can throw a real punch to someone. You know, it's amazing. You know, but if you take for me, it's just for me. But if you take like the real life, if you have to defend yourself in real life, it's not by like the way of Shotokans use karate by sport, you know, and that's sad because there's a lot of things in Shotokan that use for defend yourself. You know, it's Gishin Funakoshi who created the Shotokan style that was to defend yourself front of swords. All the kata with it's you know there's something very like true behind Shotokan, but with sport you lose everything, and that's the problem, I think. And my father taught me like the real way of Shotokan, not sport Shotokan. But I had to learn because I wanted to do some competition. You know, you're young and you want like just you want to improve yourself and you want to go to fight people, but it's not it's not a real fight to me. It's more about swords, like in Olympic Games, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, and let's bring it back now to, so you were exploring a lot in France, you were completing your university, and then you decided to immigrate to Canada. How did that happen, and what made you choose Quebec? What's the story behind that?
A lot of things, you know. I mean, I wanted to travel. I wanted to see North America, and my brothers was there, so we're there. Sorry, and I decided to follow them to just there, just to move somewhere else, you know. And I came in Canada 2013,
Yeah.
so in January, and I started Kyokushin there, like 1 week after I arrived.
Which dojo? Was it the Coil of LaSalle? Is that what happened, or was it a different dojo?
I think to me, I went to a place which is it's a place where I learn so many things with and they're still very inspiring people. I was Spirit Gym.
Mm-hmm.
It was l'Académie Sportive Park, and the dojo, the Shian was Maximiliano Ferraiolo.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, and the guys, the top guys there was Michael Spinetti, Benoit Porlier, Justin Mancini was there too. Purnell, I remember Purnell, Mike Felix. You know, that was like, honestly, when I went there, I was like, that was like so many, it brings me so many memories because it's all about, it's not just about fighting, it's a real family. It's people just amazing with true value and a very nice fighter, good fighters as in Kyokushin, but also as human. And yeah, so that was awesome, you
Oh
know.
my, oh yeah, like the community is beautiful. Like I'm sure you saw that I did a French interview recently with Shihan Jacques Dupont. It was my first
Yeah,
only French interview, and to give like to speak in a second language, because like I live in Montreal, so obviously like French is the official language of this province,
yeah,
and to do it only in French, to get the support back, you speak to family. I heavily agree. I've gotten like 5 messages, comments, like I even put a status about it, and everyone says like, good on you. Like they said, it takes a lot of courage to do that. And if you ever want to practice, we're here. So I just, yeah, we really have. That's what I like about the show too. Like we get to highlight the community. And
yeah.
so tell me about like how these people, like you mentioned, Justin, Benoit, Spinetti, and Felix, Michael
Yeah,
Felix,
Mike
Mike.
Felix.
And how did like they take you in? Like when you came, like what was that like?
So, you know, I went there with my brothers, and we decided to get our white belt
Mhm.
because it was not our style. So we were a black belt in Shotokan, but in Kyokushin, it's like a new style for us. So we decided to took our white belt. And I remember like it was honestly when we started there, they killed us. I mean, they taught us how to like handle a kick, a low kick, because I'm from Shotokan, so you don't take low kick in Shotokan. Okay, so how to handle a low kick, how to handle a punch in the belly and everything, and that was hard. That was really hard. But one of like the guys who really inspired me, the two guys who really inspired me in Shotokan and Kyokushin, sorry, that was Michael Spinetti and Benoit Poirier. I was the two top in the gym, like the guys you want to follow. And I remember we trained every day, every day. Monday to Sunday. I remember Sunday morning we were fighting with them. I remember the first Sunday we had. I took a back kick from Pernell. I went to the bathroom. That was good because I know it's hard. They taught us how to just how to like it, how to enjoy the way of Kyokushin and everything. And I remember when I started, Maxime wasn't there. He came maybe a month or 2 months after, and he's um, he's uh, he's someone not only as a trainer or a Shian, but he's someone as a human, you know. And I remember the slogan of the like the Nindo of the dojo, hurt and soul, and it was true there. When you train with them, it was not about just training and the sports or the martial art. That was about the human behind each step you do there, and it's uh, it's a real thing when you train with this kind of people, because you learn how to be a better fighter, but also how to be a better human, you know. And it becomes a way of life. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes how you think, how you sleep, how you live your life, how you treat people, how you grow up as a human. So yeah, they're really amazing people, honestly. And they're still like, to me, that it's when I talk about these people, about this gym, about this period of time, it's one of the best thing I lived in martial arts. I was to come here and train with Spirit Gym, with this dojo and all these people. And Mancini is such a funny guy, but when we train, he's hard. He's a hard fighter. It's amazing. And after I met Mo and I met so many people in Kyokushin, and here in Canada, it's a nice family. It's nice to see how the connection. I know there's tension and everything, and but it's when you forget about federation and everything, when you talk to human, when you talk about why you train, why you love what you're doing, when you talk about Kyokushin, the real spirit of this martial arts, there's nothing, you know, you can like break it. Like it's just one amazing thing, and I can't like to all of my life I will thank these people because they bring me something amazing in my life.
You became an adopted son of Quebec. I mean, look, you're from France, but I mean, we adopted you basically.
Yeah,
And
I hope so. I try to do my best to be adopted there.
yeah, I love the community too, especially now, like as mentioned, like it's when you put federation and politics aside, as I said, I bring it back to community. Like I really have to say, like like I don't know where I'd be without Kyokushin. I mean, I think I'd be a wasted potential because it
Yeah,
really helped me mold, like, how to be, how to be a better person, how to have an open mind, learning a new language in French, because I almost gave up learning French. I'm going to be
yeah,
honest. I put it in my post. Like I almost gave up because I thought I was going to go out west and, or go travel abroad and leave Quebec. But things change. And, I realize, I need to challenge myself. And that's what I love about the community.
yeah,
Like they're just so helpful in every single sort of way. And even with
yeah,
this show, like, I mean, I don't refer to anyone as a follower. It's a community and it's a lifestyle. Like, Kyokushin
yeah,
martial arts is not just some sport, it's a lifestyle. And that's
exactly.
what I love about this show. Like, and I do it like with people like you.
Yeah, that's good. It's amazing because you bring people to share their experiences and everything, and it's you put away the problems and the federation and everything. You just think about what people like and why they're doing, like why they train, why the why of everything is it's not about federation. It's just why you like what you're doing.
Very true. So you've been to a few dojos because so first you were at Spirit, then you found LaSalle Kyokushin under Sensei or Shian Koyo. Now
Yeah.
tell me about that, and then let's go into so you must have met the Alvarez brothers, Manny and his brother,
Yeah, yeah,
and they said a good thing about you too. Like they had very good things to say about you. So
yeah. Carlos and many good
Carlos,
people.
they're awesome. I love Manny. Like Manny messaged me, like he messages me like every week, like, hey, I listened to your show. And so shout out to Manny.
He's an amazing guy. So the two brothers, they're like I like them. Carlos and Manny, they're good people too. Very nice. But it's it's um, it's a long story. My God, if we could stay all day. So I started like my first competition in Kyokushin was the FKCO tournament. And I remember I remember Mo this time. So that was my first tournament. I had one fight of 2 minutes in Kyokushin. That was my first fight. I don't remember. That was in Châteauguay. And after I did the FKCO fight in I think it was in Laval. So I was small, like not small, but I was like 180 pound, not so big. I'm still a baby. Well, I was a baby at this time, and I didn't know a lot of people. So I didn't know Mo. I didn't know like all the other fighters. I all just knew the gym, So I started my first fight, and I remember at this time I was so like not stressed, but it's the first time you fight in real tournament, in small tournament in Kyokushin, so you have to get strike and everything. And I fought guys. I think it was the guys from Lamar, a huge guy, very like a beef guy. I remember this fight. I was stressed, and I was kicking a lot and moving a lot because that's the way I like to fight. So I move, I kick, I punch. I had a huge stamina. That was my strength. So I was able like to move for like 3 minutes nonstop. So the first fight, I gave everything I had, and I injured my ankle because I throw kicks like everywhere, and I kicked the legs of the guys, but it was moving, so
Just give me.
oh, no problem.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's like because my stepmom had a question. My stepmom
Oh,
had a
no, no,
question. Don't worry. So sorry there. Don't worry. She just didn't know. Like I forgot to tell her I was recording. But yeah, no. Like and you said you fought a Lamar guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I injured my ankle at the first fight. I won this fight after I fought a guy that was Yannick Raynaud.
I've heard of him. I don't know him,
Yeah.
but I've heard the name once.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, a very huge guy. So I remember first 3 minutes, Akiweke. Next 2 minutes, Akiweke, and another 2 minutes. That was a long fight. I was exhausted because I was like stressed. So I gave everything with the adrenaline and everything. I won this fight, and after the last fight was Mo. And
Oh no.
I remember Max, there was Max, Mike, Ben, and everything, and told me that he's good. Good luck. I felt like I think first of all I went to the fight like I was moving I injured all my body, so I was moving like if I was how you say je boitais quand j'y allais. And I remember I tried to throw a rolling kick. First thing I did, a rolling kick. I missed it, definitely. I tried to punch, and he kicked me twice in the leg, and that was over.
I've taken 2 kicks from him. Like it was to prepare for my last tournament I did in 2019. It's not fun.
Yeah, I know.
It's not
so
fun. He did it lightly too, and it was like no. It's like,
he's good. He's amazing. He's a good fighter, and he's an amazing human too. I remember after the fight, we were young at this time. He was younger because he's younger than me, and he told me, we talk about, and he told me just keep going. So I kept going, and I trained a lot, and I had a chance to train with him a couple of times, to fight with him, sparring and everything, and it was another inspiration to me. Also his brother Ashimi, a very good fighter.
I love Ashmi. I mean, look, shout out to Ashmi for what he's doing now with he's kind of taking. I mean, the thing is with Ashmi is like they're very different people. Like Mo's very they're night and day. But Ashmi, he's done very well for himself to not be in Mo's shadow. Like he's done very well for himself with other things, and he was also a very good fighter too. But I'm not gonna lie, I just love busting his chops. Like I'm gonna message him some days, and I'm monster too. Just like he's got freak genetics in a good way. I mean that he's he's got the kind where he's going to he gains weight easily, but he gains muscle and loses weight easily too. So
I know. It's I remember I did a couple of CrossFit with Hashimi a few years ago, but no, the two brothers are amazing, and I remember that time with when I fought with Mo. That was cool. It pushed me a lot, to keep moving and just train more and more and more and more.
Yeah, I mean, he's very whether people fight him. I mean, look, there are some. I can't say, but I'm sure there's some that they just want to beat him because there is that hatred there. But he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to do that. I mean, look, and at the end of the day, he's the definition of what a champion should be. Maybe I sound a bit biased because he's my coach, but I've seen how he is. I've really seen how it is when you know him versus when you don't know him. When you know him, people are going to pay attention. But with that, there does come a consequence of there are some people that want to take advantage of me because they want to get access to him.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but you know what? He's just such a good human being. I don't think I'd be where I am without him. I mean, we're friends, we're not just a teacher, he's been there for me through and through. And I mean, I think, that's one of those friendships that you don't it doesn't end. Like, it's just like we keep it 100. We keep it 100 always. And same
No,
with
I
Justin.
understand.
And yeah,
I
and
understand.
yeah. So you went to LaSalle after with Carlos, where you saw Carlos Manny, and you met Sense. Is he a Shihan or Sensei Coil? I really want to make sure I get this right.
Uh, that's a good question. I'm sorry.
It's
That's a
okay.
good question.
So I'm gonna say Xian. I mean, let's just go with that. Like, and if I'm wrong, Manny, Carlos, and Coil, Sensei or Xian Coil, I apologize, but I just want you to know, like, you guys, I've heard nothing but good things about the dojo. So let's talk about Sunday Fun Day. How does that happen?
Sunday. It's a Mancini thing. Sunday Sunday started like there was oh my god, 4 years ago maybe now. Where in Sunday we went to La Salle and we started with a small group and people after. I remember once we were like maybe I don't know 40, 50. I don't know. That was crazy. A lot of people. I remember there was Maximiliano, Michael, Ben. I remember Miriam El Arif, the 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 daughter of Fouad, Shian Fouad, and a lot of people are also, not only people from Kyokushin. That was the good thing. It was not only people from Kyokushin. It was people from boxing, Muay Thai, MMA. The brother of Justin Brother, what's his name? Jamie. I remember Jamie. we did a small fight together, and he was surprised because I was like huge compared to him, but I was moving like a lightweight. It's my Shotokan style. So sometimes I don't want to move very fast. And that was cool because that was not only about Kyokushin. That was all the people. That was a fighting community, a small fighting community compared to all you have, but it was that was good to see different people from different style and everything, and we were fighting all together. I remember the small girl Jessica Morcella. She's she's like small blonde girl, but she's like amazing, good fighter. She's also a good athlete. She's very good. His her husband, sorry, was in taekwondo. That was just people, and we were all fighting together. A lot of fun, taking pictures at the end with Mancini screaming everywhere, and that was cool.
Justin reminds me of like Tasmanian Devil in Bugs Bunny. He's like a tornado. He's all over the place. Like, it's like it's like he came. I remember when he came to my house for the first time.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna do the worst Justin Mancini impression. He's like, okay. He's like, I'm ready to record. He's like, you ready? And he just comes all wild. I love it, man. Yeah, he's good. He brings everyone together.
To me, it's like, honestly, it's like he's small, but he's like a big brother. Every time when I got a text from Mancini, I love you, brother. He's a good guy. He's someone in the community.
He is. And it's really smart what Coyle did, because he's allowing other disciplines to come in. So not only does that bring people together, but it's getting them to learn about Kyokushin more and more on a mass scale. And this is kind of like without using the internet. So kudos to that move, because honestly, like, that's a very smart move, like, to really bring awareness to this art, because I still feel Kyokushin is kind of a hidden gem. It's known, but it's not known. And we still have ways to go to like raise the bar, which I try to do with this show. So.
No, that's good, because when you bring different styles, it's good because you can talk to them, you can learn from them, and you can teach them different things. So it's the way you bring something new, bringing all different things together to let something new coming. And when I say new, it's not about a new style, but it's a new community, it's a new relation, it's new it's just new things. It's good, you know. And I, you know, it's in martial arts when you just watch this way in front of you, all your life is gonna be in front of you. But when you open your mind to different things, you complete yourself as a good fighter, a good human, and it's good to learn new things. That's it. So just open your mind to different things, you know, learn new things.
Whether that's martial arts, learning a languages, learning a new skill,
Exactly.
you have to keep the open mind, because
Exactly.
you say the same thing as Jacques Dupont said. Like, he's 50 years old and he learned Brazilian jiu-jitsu at 50, but he's like, listen, he's like, I like to learn. And he's like, you have to
Exactly.
learn. And the thing is too, like, with a lot of Xi'ans, or like, they're not, they, once they get that fifth dan, you know, I mean, I can't say for all, like, you know, but there's a majority don't want to learn like another something else. They just want to stick because they don't want to be a white belt again. But to
Yeah.
truly be a martial artist, you have to be like willing to start from the bottom and
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah. And you know what's the one of the value which is I think the most important before bravery, honor, and everything. It's humility,
Mm-hmm.
and to have the humility, like just to shut up, take your black belt, your white belt, sorry, and just learn from someone who can teach you. And that's something my father taught me. You have sometimes you have more to learn from a white belt to a black belt, because if you think that you can learn from the white belt, it means you can learn the people, you can learn he is. And even like a white belt can bring you so many things, you know. It can bring you values, it can bring you a new way to move, a new way to think, it's not about just the belt, it's about the human. And you have to learn about all the people, a black belt, a white belt, a yellow belt, whatever, you know. You have to learn from all the people, beginners to expert. And if you don't have this in mind, you lose so many things, you know. You're gonna lose so many things, because it's humility is the key of everything.
It,
And
mhm.
it's a good thing.
It really is. Like, I mean, there's examples of that, like, who keep a very open mind. Like, you have Sensei Russo, Coyle allowing his Sunday fun, Justin to do the Sunday fun days.
Yeah.
Sensei Steve Fogarazzi of Contact Kicks in Ontario. There's a few others, and like even Shians too, like I've spoken with, like, they're like, yeah, like they only do Kyokushin, but then they open their mind up to, like, say, boxing and other disciplines. And
Yeah.
it's really nice to see that, like, there are like some that want to modernize. They not only just want to modernize, they want to like learn so they can help their students.
Exactly.
Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there are some good Kyokushin practitioners, very good. They know how to kick, but they don't know how to punch because they don't have proper boxing. And that's where we like some Shians will say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bring in a boxing coach to
Yeah.
the today's
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the way of thinking from Bruce Lee. Huh? He was like very opening guy. Huh? He was thinking about it's not about one heart, it's about everything all together. Learn from different things, and it's you know I like the way of the cup of water. You know, it's like you have to be able to fit into different things. You know, the be like water is a good thing, because if you learn different things, so you open your mind and you're able to fit in different style or different. If I go to a jiu-jitsu gym, I will fit into the jiu-jitsu club, you know. So I will learn, but I know the basics, so I can still improve myself and learn from others, because I opened my mind to different things. And it's to me, okay, but I think it's a nice way of thinking, because it's a way of improvement.
It's very true. So you have one of your fights on Instagram when you represented Canada. I watched a bit of it. It was when you were under Shin Kyokushin. What was that experience like?
Oh, I was, you know, my God, amazing experience. There's a story about this fight. When I was 15 years old, I was watching Kyokushin fight, and I saw different fighters like Valery Dimitrov, Lucas Kubilius, different other fighters like another one, but I don't remember his name. And I was watching them. I was watching like that was like in my mind every time. Before I went to train in Shotokan, I was watching these tournaments, you know, and I told myself one day I'm gonna fight there. And after 11 years, I went to the tournament, and I also fought one of the guys I watched when I was a teenager.
Wow.
And you know, I was like, I didn't know, you know, I didn't know. I remember I rewatched the video, and I see the guy and say, oh, that's Lucas. I remember that guy. I saw him when I was young, when I was a teenager. And I was like, you know, I made one of my dreams. That was one of my purpose, you know. And 11 years after, I didn't know one day I will be in Kyokushin. That happened. And in 2017, I went to the World Tournament. I had the chance to fight for Canada, which to me is what is like an honor, because I'm French and I come there and I have the chance to represent a country that I choose to live. And it's like I thank I'm very like thankful with the Kyokushin Canada family, because it's an honor for me. Like, you know, it's like that was everything, you know. The preparation was a bit intense. I mean, because I was for 6 months, I was super stressed. Like I was not able, like, not to sleep, but I was like, in the night, I was like up, and I was watching the fight of the guy, because first of all, I was supposed to fight Valery Dimitrov. I think you know him.
He's a legend. He's a
He's a
known.
legend. Yeah, he's known. And so I was supposed to fight Dimitrov, and he got injured. So they changed the fighters, and I fought Lucas Kubilius, who was like a bigger fighter, who's a big, like, he's a legend too in Kyokushin. So I was stressed. But that was a good thing, because I used the stress to train to train like more maybe, or to prepare myself in my mind and my body. So I trained a lot. And at this time, I had the chance. I was with Benoit, so we trained a lot together. Maximiliano, he helped us to go there and train a lot. Thanks to them, because that was amazing. That was crazy experience, and we had 6 months, which is amazing. I had a chance to have I had Marc-André Wilson as a preparator, physical preparation. Michael Spinetti, he helped us a lot with the preparation. Thanks the guys like Mancini and all the community, like to came to the gym and to like, you know, for fighting, for sparring and everything. I remember Mo came to, Tarek too. You know, that was cool. It's it's helped it's helped a lot to prepare the mind and everything for this fight. And that was that was yeah, that was one of the best things. I lived in martial arts, to go this in Kazakhstan to fight there. I lost. But I don't, you know what, I don't care about
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
losing.
matter if you lost, man. Yeah.
It's I went there. I'm happy about my fight, because I was like stressed before, not during the fight, because I don't know what happened during the fight, but I was sometimes you fight and you don't remember everything you did. You know that. That's when you. I remember everything about this fight, everything. Like it's like I was prepared to this fight, like well prepared, and I knew what to do. I knew how to move, the strategy, the preparation. At this time, John Kalopoulos, I don't know if
Yeah,
the
he's
name is
John
there.
Shian John Calidopoulos. One of his
Exactly.
he's the Shian of Pete or Pedro that Justin
Yeah,
knows, and Kim Carriere, who's like one of Canada's
exactly.
women's lightweight champions.
Yeah, Kim. We went with Kim, so we were three people from Canada: Ben, Kim, and me. And John was there with us. He helped us too. He was amazing with us. Ben helped me with the preparation, with the strategy and everything, because Ben Pauly is like a he's a good fighter, very he has nice strategy in his head, and he knows how to do. He's a very nice teacher. He's a very very nice fighter, a nice teacher, and he has amazing strategy. And so I was like 100% there. I remembered everything, and I was like super pumped. I was like, that was crazy. And I remember after the fight, I was moving like I was, I want to fight again. I was like too much energy, so that was like nice. It was a nice experience. It was amazing thing to be there with all these people, all these legion, and that's it's it's what matter, to live the moment.
It's an amazing story, and yeah, you can never be mad whether you win or lose because the one thing I like to say is like we do what so few people will do. Everybody is romanticized. They want to fight. They watch Conor McGregor. They watch Israel Adesanya,
Yeah,
Anthony Showtime Pettis. They all want to fight, but when it comes to actual doing, they see the outcome of what a fight happens in a fight, but they don't know what it's like to train. They don't know, like, people, if they saw what we did, you and I, like when I fought my last fight, I was waking up at 4:30 a.m. to do stair runs, jump
yeah,
rope, body weight exercises. Then I'd have to do I would do my one job in the morning, which is tutor kids in China online from 6 to 8
yeah,
a.m. 8 a.m., go to the gym, do some weights, then go to my job. That's what it is. And it's
yeah.
you
I know,
hate it.
I
You
know.
hate the process, but you learn to love it. It's like a
Oh yeah.
weird psychology. It's like a weird psychology you get.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I know. And same thing. At this time, I was like with my company. I have another job to leave. I was trainer in CrossFit too. So I train in the morning with Marc André. After I went to my place to work. After I went back to the gym to train. Sometimes after the training, I went to like another gym to train. So I know, like I know the feeling. It's hard. It's a hard process, but it's because, as you say, people want to fight, watch fight, and everything. But what's behind the fight, the few minutes you have, it's all the preparation that matters,
Yeah.
because that's where you break yourself or you improve yourself. And it's amazing. I have no regrets. I loved it.
Me too.
And it's good thing.
I love it. I mean, look, I hopefully, like when we come back, when things kind of normalize, we can all compete again. But aside
Yeah.
from that, because I want to keep it positive, you're also a business owner. Like you're a pretty successful entrepreneur with your clothing brand. Do you want to talk about that a bit and what it is?
Oh
And
yeah, sure.
I really want to make
Pleasure.
sure that we can promote it, because if it gets you more attention and more like buys and all that, it's good. It's a success. That's a success to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it's good, but it's my company. It's like we started to launch a sport brand, and when we arrived to Canada, to think about the brand and everything, and we were like, we worked for different places, and we were like, I know we want to do something we love, and we want to create something. And we started to think about a brand which bring the values of martial arts. Not by doing gi or belt or whatever things or boxing gloves, but just by doing nice stuff with good values of brand, with good impact of the branding and everything. So we started to launch our first brand named Reyjin. Reyjin is Reyjin. It's Reyjin. It's the founder god in Japan, but we changed the letters for the Rey of, when you start the fight, Rey. And Jin means the bienveillance. It's, how you say that? I don't have the word in English, but, it's the kindness, kindness, Jin. And we choose to bring the values to the brand. And we started with the dojo in France with my father to sell a couple of products. And after things just started to move, and we decided to work on product, very high tech product with different technology of fabrics and everything, and started to design and think about our products. We started with a very small range of product because we want to have very good products, very good fabric. So we went to different places like Switzerland, Germany, England, France, USA to find fabric suppliers, and we found a good company in Italy. So we bought the fabric in Italy, and we produce everything in Canada. So we designed the clothes in Canada. We produce in Canada, Montreal, and that's a good thing. And after we also decided to work on high tech product like by the integration of technology into clothing, and with a project we worked on since a few years now, which is eating jackets, very small eating jackets, so you can adjust the eating inside the jacket. And it's still moving. It's like with the all this pandemic and everything, we have to think different, but we're still moving, and new things coming, and we're still working hard on it. And the brand is good because it's not only just selling products. It's about creating a real brand with good values as human. We treat the people we work with, we treat them well because we want a team, not just people we work. We want to build something all together, and it's going, like it's moving.
That's great, man. Yeah, like I even see too, like you have like an amazing girlfriend. Like has she also been very supportive too with everything? And like
yeah, she's like she's Lebanese, and she has like she's everything, because she helped me a lot about just thinking, just help me, just support me, and I have a huge chance to have her because she's someone special. She's a real human. She has a heart. She has a soul. She's smart, like super smart. And we, it's just it's not just a girlfriend to me. It's more than that. And she's my teammate of life.
That's awesome. You really need that in order for like to be successful with everything you've done and have going forward. You need to have that, because we do hear the sad story where the girl, like the person's partner, is not as supportive. They're like kind of, but you need to be in, like, and know that this is not like anything else. Like this is not like a typical like lifestyle. So it's really good that you have that, and she understands, and she's
that's I think that sometimes we say that behind all great mind there is a woman, but it's not true. It's on the side of, like, together, it's on the side behalf the man, there's a woman who we move together. There's nothing behind. It's together,
It
side to side.
there's a saying on Mo's picture, and this is when I first met Mo, and it's still my favorite picture to this day. It shows him getting up on the tatami with his brother and guiding. I think it was Tony Savard, and he says, and the saying is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that just rings true to what you just said about there's no great mind of like a man or a woman. It's it's together. That's how
Yeah,
it is.
definitely, and it's important like to have right people, and I have the chance to have like nice people around me, like my family, my brother, and my girlfriend, and all this. It's if you're able to find the right people with you, you can like climb all the mountains you want.
Exactly. It's very, very true. So obviously, this like I've obviously, you've done so well with like your company, and despite everything with the pandemic, what's the plan for 2021 when things somewhat normalize and open up again? What's the plan for 2021 for you and what you're doing?
Uh, we keep like moving with the company, doing we think different now. We have to think more about online stuff, trying to find gyms we can work with, even if there's like all the clothing and everything, but find new way to bring clothing to their members, for example, by co-branding and everything. Ambassador strategy, but we have to think differently. There's also the eating jacket. We have nice partnerships coming. So that's a huge things coming in 2021. Personally, I'm still like, I train in, I'm a trainer in CrossFit and conditioning. I have the chance to, I work in a gym named Le Vestiaire. There's like, if you want to do CrossFit, it's a very nice place, like very nice people, and well, very good human, And I help Karim Alimi, who's the owner of the gym, to train boxers. So that's an amazing thing, because he teach me a lot about conditioning. He's like he knows so many things, So I learn a lot of things with him. So how to bring more speed to an athlete, how the preparation has to be, how you handle the injuries and everything. So he's like a real legend in conditioning preparation. He's a good athlete in CrossFit, very good athlete in CrossFit, and he's an amazing person. And I will continue to do this stuff with him, which is an amazing change for me to leave this. We had a couple of fighters like I forgot his name, Butler. So good fighters, like very good fighters. And David, there's David Lemieux. David Lemieux, like he's
Boxer
a
in
legend
Montreal.
in boxing. Yeah, he's a legend in Montreal, and in the world too, in boxing. So we're like very it's good to be around these people, because it brings me like who I am. I mean, about fighting and training. So yeah, 2021 is gonna be like new challenge, new things, and I also still want to develop my own personal coaching. So I have a couple of people I train, not just in karate or boxing or whatever. I have young people I train to improve themselves in life, to prepare themselves in sport, but also with all the mental preparation you could have in life. So it's super cool. There's a lot of things coming for 2021, even if there's all this lockdown and everything, all this pandemic. There's so many things to do, and it's just thinking different, and like you have to involve yourself in different things. That's it. So it's coming.
That's awesome. Well, I
Everything's
just
coming.
want to personally say, because we could talk all day. We're
Oh
both
yeah.
busy, but we're gonna do this again too if you ever want to come on.
Oh
Where
sure.
can people find you on social media, all your platforms, if they want to connect with you?
Oh yeah, this is my Instagram, Yannick Coaching. Facebook, we have our brand Reyjin. We have a Facebook page. We have the website reyjinsport.com, and I will update because I'm working on my own my personal website too for coaching. So it's coming too. So I told you there's a lot of things coming in 2021.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, keep it up. Honestly, like the world needs
Yeah,
more people like you. I'm really happy we got to do this. And seriously, like you're doing good things and, nothing but good things. Like I could just tell, like, even when we texted, like I got a very good sense of like what kind of person you are. And I mean, the show is just like I've formed so many relationships already from doing this show, and that's what I love to do, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I just try to keep myself very humble to know like where I came from, because before there were no listeners. So, how do I
yeah.
do it? And so
Oh,
that's why
you
I do
you
the.
do. You do. You're a good guy, and it's the show is a good thing because I think it's good to share, and it's I think that was amazing. Thank you for this morning. Um, you're doing well, very well.
Thanks,
I
man.
like
You
it.
you too. Well, no, thank you. It doesn't happen without the guests. So guys, this was Yannick Raynaud of Reyjin, and the show will be on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and all other audio platforms. So please, if you ever want to connect with me, if you do martial arts, look me up, Drew Nomad 7 on Instagram, Drew Michaels on Facebook, Drew Experience Pod on Instagram. And I'm pretty accessible. If you even want to talk French with me to practice my French, I'm open to that too, because I will have more francophone only guests. So that's another goal of the show. Anything else you want to say, Yannick, before
Oh yeah. Thank you very much. It was cool to share my experiences, and it's the show is very good, and I thanks you a lot because sharing is to me is everything. So if you're able to share what you live, you can bring to new people and new generations like examples or things to do or not to do. So it's thanks a lot.
You're welcome. All right, guys, have a good one. That's your experience for today.